Hello there, men, and welcome to the Masculinism Movement channel, a place for men to be men and talk about masculinity and men's rights and issues. I'm your host, Brian Kroll, and today I want to talk to you about how marriage is an institution of financial exploitation of men for female benefit. It is socially acceptable for women to use men for their money and resources. They are hypergamous. This is the scientific term that means that they primarily mate with and marry men who are higher status and richer or have more assets and resources than them so that they can elevate their own status and wealth and resourcefulness, and then continue to repeat that with other men, raising their status and wealth each time. No-fault divorce law has facilitated women's ability to treat marriage and divorce as a financial transaction in which they are completely legally able to marry and divorce a man without any other reason other than to take half of his money. More than 50 to 60% of marriages end in divorce. 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women, if not more on some years. 85 to 90% of custody awards go to women. So obviously marriage is an institution that, legally speaking, is about catering to women. And women using marriage and divorce as a financial scam to exploit a man for his resources is not only legal, but socially acceptable, as women speak openly about primarily wanting a man for his money. And women even teach their daughters to do this. Magazines and female bloggers and influencers tell women to do this. Female talk show hosts talk about doing this. And all the richest women in the world have made their money either by doing this or inheriting it from their fathers. And to prove my case that marriage is an institution of exploitation of men for women, below I have cited some sources for you. The first one is from AskMen.com, which is about why divorce laws favor women and go against men. And then the second link is from the Daily Mail on how the best way for women to get rich is to get divorced. And how the richest women in the world are the ex-wives of super wealthy men. So that is very much worth taking a look at as well. But that's not all. There is another article below that from the Daily Mail, which is my last source to cite, which goes over a survey of over 100 of the richest women in Britain, specifically 114 women who are on the list of Britain's wealthiest people. And only two of them, J.K. Rowling and Tamara Mellon, were self-made millionaires. The rest of them made their money from divorces or inheritance. And, that's really interesting that we have more than 100 women here and only two of them are self-made. So that's easy math to do. That's less than 2%. I don't know specifically, but since it's just over 100 women, it would be just under 2%. So what interesting data that is. And this all just goes to show and prove the case that marriage is an institution of financial exploitation of men for female benefit. At least within the way it has been legally structured. And the systemic politics of it are obviously sexist and are for women and against men, because we live in a gynocentric matriarchy where all laws are systemically sexist against men and for women and designed to favor them and exploit men. So that concludes this talk. Thank you for listening. Be sure to share your own thoughts and opinions by commenting below. And if you have any stories about how marriage has exploited you as a man and favored your wives or ex-wives now, be sure to leave those below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and share these messages with everyone by sharing the video on social media and talking about these things as well. And lastly, check out the links in the description below for other resources for your masculine personal development, living the life you want to as an independent man. Stay tuned for the next video coming out soon, which will be on legal biases in parenting and family court. And make sure you subscribe so you'll be notified when that is. And until then, take care of yourselves, men, because no woman out there is going to.